ഹലോ, ഗുഡ് ആഫ്റ്റർനൂൺ. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ നമ്മളുടെ വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസിൻ്റെ പ്രോസസ് കോസ്റ്റിംഗിൽ വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസിൻ്റെ മെത്തേഡ്സുകളാണ് നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. സിറ്റുവേഷൻ 3 ആണ് നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. സിറ്റുവേഷൻ 3യിൽ നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞത് വെൻ ദർ ഈസ് ഓപ്പണിംഗ് ആസ് വെൽ ആസ് ക്ലോസിംഗ് വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസ് ബട്ട് വിത്ത് നോ പ്രോസസ് ലോസ്. ഓപ്പണിംഗ് വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസ്സും ക്ലോസിംഗ് വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസ്സും ഉണ്ട്, പക്ഷേ നമ്മളടുത്ത് എന്തില്ല, നോ പ്രോസസ് ലോസ് ഇല്ല എന്നുള്ള കണ്ടീഷനാണ് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതിൽ ഓപ്പണിംഗ് വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസ് ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞു അതിൽ എങ്ങനെയാണ് വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസ്സിനെ വാല്യൂ ചെയ്തത് എന്നുള്ളത് വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. വാല്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ നമുക്ക് 4 മെത്തേഡ്സ് ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ആവറേജ് കോസ്റ്റ് മെത്തേഡ്, അതുപോലെ ഫിഫോ മെത്തേഡ്, ലിഫോ മെത്തേഡ്, വെയ്റ്റഡ് ആവറേജ് മെത്തേഡ്സ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അതിൽ ആവറേജ് കോസ്റ്റ് മെത്തേഡാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇന്നലക്കത്തിലെ നമ്മുടെ വീഡിയോയിൽ നമ്മൾ കാണിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് ഫിഫോ മെത്തേഡാണ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഇത് നമ്മുടെ സിറ്റുവേഷൻ 3 കേസ് ബി കേസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഫിഫോ മെത്തേഡ്. അക്കോർഡിംഗ് ടു ദിസ് മെത്തേഡ് ദ യൂണിറ്റ്സ് ഫസ്റ്റ് എൻറ്ററിങ് ദ പ്രോസസ് ആർ കംപ്ലീറ്റഡ് ഫസ്റ്റ്. ഫിഫോ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഔട്ട് എന്നാണ്. അപ്പം യൂണിറ്റ് ആദ്യം വരുന്ന യൂണിറ്റിനെ ആദ്യം പ്രോസസ്സിലേക്ക് എടുക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതാണ് അതിൽ നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ടത്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ഓപ്പണിംഗ് കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷത്തെ ക്ലോസിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഈ വർഷം ഓപ്പണിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ നമ്മൾ ആദ്യം പ്രോസസ്സിലേക്ക് എടുത്ത് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യും എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ടത്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മളുടെ ക്ലോസിംഗ് വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസ്സിൽ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ മിക്കവാറും ഓപ്പണിംഗ് വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസ്സിൻ്റെ എലമെൻറ്റ് ഉണ്ടാകില്ല എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ടത്. ഓക്കെ, അതാണ് ഫിഫോ മെത്തേഡ്. അക്കോർഡിംഗ് ടു ദിസ് മെത്തേഡ് ദ യൂണിറ്റ് ഫസ്റ്റ് എൻറ്ററിങ് ദ പ്രോസസ് ആർ കംപ്ലീറ്റഡ് ഫസ്റ്റ് after taking into consideration the percentage of work to be done and show separately in the statement of the equivalent production. Thus, the unit completed during a period would consist partly of units which were incomplete at the beginning of the period and partly of units introduced during the period. The cost of completed units is affected by the value of opening inventory, which is based on the cost of previous period. This method is satisfactory when prices of raw materials and rates of direct labor and overheads are relatively stable. And we have already discussed that the average cost method is satisfactory when the prices are fluctuating. In the market, if the prices of the raw materials are fluctuating, we can consider average cost method, and here if the prices are relatively stable, we can consider for this FIFO method. So as the second paragraph explained, that the unit completed during the period would consist partly of units which were incomplete at the beginning of the period. So this is the main point in the FIFO method, because we take this closing stock of the last year or the opening stock of this year for the consideration of the process. So that that units will be processed first, and then only we'll introduce the new units to the process. And in most of the cases, if we have introduced the new units, we may not have closing stock from the opening stock of this year, last year. So this should be considered. And when you doing a problem, you can very clearly understand that from the what is this FIFO method, and what is FIFO method, and how to do, what is the difference between average cost method and FIFO method, and how it is differentiated. And I tell you that, I reiterate that this problem is very easy to do. FIFO method or whatever it may be, average cost method, FIFO method or LIFO method, whatever may be, the problems are very easy to do. So be careful in the illustration number 13. You just see, from the following details prepare statement of the equivalent production, statement of cost, statement of evaluation. These 3 statements we have to prepare before we prepare process account. Actually here we have to prepare process account, but before doing preparing this process account, you have to go for equivalent production, statement of cost and statement of evaluation. And I have already told you that these 3 statements are the rough work that we have to do before going for the process account. In the process account, in the right side, you will get the balance amount to be transferred to the next process or to the finished account. And if there is any closing stock and you have any closing work in progress, you have to value that also. To get that two amounts, to get that balance amount, we are preparing these 3 statements. And in this problem, in this illustration, opening work in progress is 2000 units. Opening work in progress, material 100% complete. Okay, opening working. This material 100% complete is of what of working progress in the opening. Okay, last year. So last year we have already completed 100% material that amounts rupees 5,000, and labor 60% complete that amounts rupees 3,000, and overhead 60% complete that amounts rupees 1,500. Total 9,500 was the process cost of the opening work in progress, and the units introduced into the process this year is 8,000 unit, and there are 2,000 closing stock, 2,000 units in the progress, and the stage of completion is estimated to be material 100%, labor 50%, and overhead 50%. So here our closing stock is only 2,000, and you have to understand that this 2,000 is from the units introduced this year, that is 8,000. So this 2,000 is from out of this 8,000. Okay, so we had some opening stock of 2,000 units that has already been completed. So that is FIFO method. That's why I tell that is completed, and then only we will introduce the next units into the process, and from that 8,000 units introduced this year, we have a balance of 2,000 units in the progress, and the stage of completion of these 2,000 units is given as materials 100%, labor 50%, and overhead 50%. So 8,000 units are transferred to the next process. 8,000 units actually completed. So in the opening we had 2,000 units, and we introduced during this year 8,000 units. So you have total 10,000 units in the production, and in this 10,000 units of production, you have 2,000 as closing balance of work in progress. So total you have completed and transferred will be 10,000 minus 2,000 will be your 8,000. So this is given in the problem. If it is not given, you have to calculate and you have to understand. So the process cost for the period are, the total process cost spent this year is 96,000, labor material 96,000, and labor 54,600, and overheads 31,200. Okay, so we are going for preparing the three statements and finally the process account. So you just pause the video and take down the problem first, then only you can understand. When I go through these solutions, you can just see the questions and all. So just see. First we have to prepare the statement of equivalent production, and you have to compare this equivalent production statement with the equivalent production statement that we prepared in the last problem, that is using the average cost method. So when you compare this compare this problem and the last problem, you can understand how it differentiate, how we can prepare this FIFO method, how we can prepare on the basis of the average cost method. These both will be very easy. Okay, in the opening work in progress, we have 2,000 units completely processed during the year. It is given during the period is 6,000 units. How you got that? We introduced 8,000 unit this year, and we have a closing balance of 2,000 rupees, 2,000 units. So 6,000 units we completed this year. Got the idea? Here we actually write the opening stock process as fully completed, because this is FIFO method. So we have to take the opening work in progress as fully completed. Okay, if you have any closing work in progress, that is from the units introduced. Okay, if your closing work in progress is more than the units introduced, that part will be from opening work in progress, we can consider. So this is opening work in progress will be 2,000 units, and that is input unit, and the material you just see we need not complete anymore, because the material introduced is 100% complete already. In the labor we had already completed 60%. So this year we need to complete only 40%. So if we completed that 40% also, so you just write 40% completed, and equivalent will be 800. This is because the 60% of the labor have already been completed last year. So in the last year account, you might have written 1,200 as completed, equivalent 1,200 as equivalent of the 60%. Last year you might have written. So this year you have completed only 40%, because we need to complete only 40%. Only 44% was remaining there. So this 2,000 you completed this year, you completed the remaining 40%, and the equivalent of that is 800, that is 2000. 40% of the 2000 is equal to 800, and overhead also 800, and material you do not have any equivalent because all the material have been transferred from the last year as fully completed. It is given in the problem material 100% complete and completely processed during the period 6000, that is 100% complete. So all the 6000 units were introduced this year, so we had to complete the 100% fully. So 6000 100% complete, and the closing work in progress was 2000, and it is given that the material 100% complete, labor 50% complete, and overhead 50% complete. So you just write closing work in progress 2000, equivalent 2000, that is 100% complete, and labor 50% complete, that is 1000, and overheads also 50% complete, so 1000. So the total equivalent production in material equal to 8000. Total unit was 10,000. Equivalent production was 8,000 during the year. Material, labor, it is 7,800, and overhead 7,800. So you understood what is the difference. In the last problem, we had actually not written it like this. Opening work in progress was not written there. So here we are writing that separately, no other differences. Okay, and we are preparing the statement of the cost. Material 96,000 that you got, 96,000 has already been given. The last year amount also given there, that is 100% labor completed amount also given there. This year we have spent 96,000, 54,600, 31,200, total 181,800. You have written like, we are writing like that because this includes the uncompleted portion of the opening work in progress also. Okay, and 5,000, 3,000, 1,500 is for the last year, the amount spent last year. Okay, and this is amount spent this year. So you have to understand how we are writing the difference, how we are taking the difference in the average cost method and the FIFO method. In the average cost method, you had written in the statement of the cost, you had written the cost of opening work in progress also, and the cost incurred during the process also. You had written it like that. Okay, in the FIFO method, we are not writing it like that. In the FIFO method, we are writing only the total cost we are spending this year, and last year the amount spent last year is not considering here, or it is not added here. Okay, this is the difference. So 96,000, 54,600, 31,200, and equivalent to production unit 8,000, 7,800, and 7,800. Total cost per unit 12, 7, and 4. It is you know how it gets. 96,000 divided by 8,000 equal to 12. Okay, you know that. And the total cost per unit is 23, and you have to prepare for the evaluation when you are preparing opening work in progress. Current cost of material is nil, you need not write anything, and labor 800 unit is equivalent production at rupees 7, overheads 800 unit at rupees 4, so 5,600, 3,200, total 8,800, and the closing work in progress you have materials 2,000, labor 1,000, and overheads 1,000 equivalents, and we are multiplying it with its corresponding cost per unit, and you get 24,000, 7,000, 4,000, total 35,000, and unit completely processed during the period, that is 6,000 units. We are writing here only 6,000 units. This 2,000 have already been written in the above as opening work in progress. So here you need to write only 6,000 units at rupees 23, that is 1,313. 1,38,000. So total 181,800 you will get. Okay, this is the statement of the evaluation, and you have to prepare. Here you got both opening work in progress, value of the opening work in progress, value of the closing work in progress, and unit completely processed, and the value of the units completely processed and transferred you got, and these amounts you have to write in the process account. And here the process account, when you prepare opening work in progress, in unit it is 2,000, and the value material was 8,000. Opening work in progress progress was 2,000, and material introduced was 8,000. Total 10,000 you will get, and the opening work in progress value was 9,500. It is given. Okay, in the problem it is given, and material 9600, labor, this is for the current period, labor 54,600 and overheads 31,200, and finished stock transferred to the process. Finished stock transferred to the process. Okay, that is 8,000. Last year, the opening work in progress was 2,000, and this year we introduced the 8,000, and out of 8,000 we have a 2,000 of closing work in progress. So 6,000 we have completed this year, and opening work in progress also completed. So total 8,000 we completed. Okay, the value is 1,56,300, and the closing work in progress was 35,000. And do you think how you got this 1,56,300? You just see this 1,000. This is finished stock transferred to next process. Finished stock, in the opening you had a value of 9,500, that is 9,500 plus. Okay, and in the opening work in progress, already you spent 9,500. Last year you have already spent 9,500. This year you spent 8,800. That you will get from the statement of the evaluation. And here this 1,38,000 for unit already completed, that you get from your statement of the cost. So the total will be 1,56,000, and the closing work in progress 35,000. That also you will get from the statement of the evaluation. So in the statement of the evaluation, the only difference here you have to understand, understand is that when you are preparing the statement of the cost, you are not considering the value, the amount, the process cost that you spent last year. Okay, here we are taking only the process cost that you spend this year, and divided by the equivalent production. And when you are preparing your process account, you have to consider all the costs, that you have all the process cost, because you are here taking the finished product. So to convert all the units to finished product, you will have to consider all the cost you spent last year also. Okay, this is the only difference. So do this problem and compare this problem with your last problem, and you will find the difference, and you will find it is both the problems will be very easy. Okay, let me see whether I have given any exercise problems. No. So thank you. You do the problem and complete your note and send me, and I will check your notes, and I will update the names who have completed your notes already. Okay, thank you.